Hello and peace be upon you. My name is Tasnim Hassan, and I am on a personal mission to understand the Quran, not just a book we read, but as a blueprint we can actually live by. And today, we're diving into a really critical part of that blueprint, from Surah Al-e-Imran, how to build steadfastness on two crucial fronts in our lives. I'm so glad you're here to join me. We're all on this journey together, trying to become better, stronger, more centered versions of ourselves. And we have the most perfect guidance system to help us. So today, we're going to explore how to build a truly unshakable steadfastness in our lives. You know that feeling, right? Sometimes it feels like you're walking through a thick fog of confusion. You can't see the path forward, and doubt starts to creep in. And then other times, it's like a full-blown storm of hardship that threatens to just capsize everything you've worked so hard to build. It's a feeling we all know well. So I want you to imagine something with me for a second. Picture yourself as the captain of your own ship. You're navigating this vast, unpredictable ocean of life. And your destination? It's true success, what the Quran calls Falah. But as we all know, this journey is not always smooth sailing. See, on this voyage, every single one of us, every captain, faces two fundamental dangers. And these aren't just little bumps in the road. These are the two great challenges that can completely shipwreck your entire mission if you aren't prepared for them. Now let's break this down because it's so important. On one side, you've got the fog of doubt. This is an internal, intellectual attack. It's designed to create confusion, to whisper insecurities, and to shake the very foundation of what you believe. But on the other side, you've got the storms of trial. These are the external crises. Financial problems, loss, conflict. They don't attack your mind so much as they test your very character, your patience, and your discipline to the absolute limit. So it only makes sense, right? If we're facing two totally different kinds of danger, we're going to need two totally different kinds of tools to overcome them. And the beautiful thing is, Surah Al-e-Imran gives us the exact schematics for building a ship that can handle both. We need a compass, and we need an anchor. Okay, first up, let's talk about that compass. Think about it. When you are lost in a thick, dense fog, what is the one thing you need more than anything else? You need clarity. You need direction. You need a reliable tool that points you to true north, no matter how disoriented you feel. Well, this compass, this is your intellectual steadfastness. So how in the world do we build this compass? The Quran actually gives us a four-part schematic. First, we have to equip our intellect with real knowledge. Then we anchor ourselves to the divine rope, especially when the world feels like it's drifting. Next, we have to actively shield our hearts from all that doubt. And finally, with total humility, we pray for that heart to stay firm on its course. Okay, let's make this super practical. When we say equip your intellect, what does that actually mean? It means actively studying the clear, foundational verses, the muhkamat, so you have answers when tough questions come up. Anchor in the rope means that when society feels like it's going crazy, you double down on your connection to the Quran. Shield your heart is a spiritual practice, using the recitation of this very surah as a kind of protective shield. And finally, pray for a firm heart means you're always asking for divine help to stay on the right path. And this is that final step in action. This isn't just any prayer. This is the prayer for intellectual steadfastness given to us right in the Quran. It's this profound admission that, guidance is a gift, and we absolutely need God's help to hold on to it. It's the ultimate recognition that we can't do it alone. We need that divine compass. Okay, so our compass is built. We can see through the fog now. Awesome. But what happens when the storms hit? When the waves of hardship are literally crashing over the deck? Well, for that, you need an anchor. And this anchor, this is your spiritual discipline, your unshakable character. It's the thing that holds you firm when everything around you is pure chaos. And just like the compass, forging this anchor is a four-step process. It starts with building discipline when the waters are calm in your daily life. From there, we cultivate a mindset to simply outlast any trial. Then, we learn what it means to remain stationed at our post, no matter the weather. And finally, we get into the habit of looking inward for our own weaknesses before we start blaming the storm. Now, the second step, outlast the trial. This introduces such a powerful concept, Musabara. Listen, this is not just passive patience, where you just sit around waiting for the storm to pass. No way. This is an active, almost competitive patience. It's the mindset where you look at a challenge and say, okay, whatever you are, I am going to be more patient than you are persistent. I will outlast you. And that mindset leads you directly to the third step, remain stationed. This is the quality of being Rabitun. A person who is Rabitun is stationed at their post. They are reliable. They show up for their prayers, for their family, for their community, not just when it's easy and fun, but especially when it's hard. They don't abandon their post when the first wave hits the ship. And look at this side-by-side comparison. It really makes it clear, doesn't it? A fair-weather believer is reactive. They only really turn to God when there's a crisis. Their commitment is inconsistent. But the stationed believer, the Rabitun, is proactive and consistent. Their presence is a source of stability for themselves and for everyone around them, in good times and in bad. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, which one are we trying to? So I want you to just take a moment and reflect on this, seriously. Right now in your own life, which danger feels more real to you? Are you wrestling with that fog of doubt, really needing a clearer compass? Or are you being tossed around by the storms of life and you know you need a stronger anchor? Just knowing where you need to focus your work, that's the first step. Now, all of this brings us to a really radical redefinition of what it even means to be successful on this journey. We tend to think of success as, reaching the destination, getting the prize, arriving at the shore. But the Quran offers us a much, much deeper way to look at it. See, true success isn't just about whether or not your ship makes it to the other side. It's about how you sailed. Did you navigate with clarity? Did you hold firm with real character? The quality of the voyage itself, the steadfastness you built along the way, that is the success. That's the real prize. And so because of that, the ultimate prayer kind of shifts. It's not just, "Oh Lord, let me succeed." It becomes, "Let my ending be a righteous one. Tawaffana ma'al abrar." Let me finish this journey in a state that is pleasing to you, having sailed a worthy voyage. It completely refocuses your mind on the ultimate purpose of it. And this all culminates in the true definition of Falah, or success. Just look at this. It's not the trophy at the end. It's the ability to maintain God consciousness and to remain stationed in truth. See how it brings us right back to that powerful idea of being Rabitun? Success is steadfastness. So really, it all comes down to this. Your life is a voyage, and on this voyage there are two fronts you have to defend. Your intellect, which needs a compass of clarity, and your discipline, which needs an anchor of character. If you can master these two, you've mastered the art of the journey. The knowledge is here. The blueprint is crystal clear. Your ship is ready. So my final question for you is this. What is the very first tangible action you are going to take today to either start crafting your compass or start forging your anchor? If this explainer has added some real value to your life today and maybe helped you see the path a little more clearly, please share it with a fellow traveler on their own journey. And I'd love for you to like and comment below with that one action you plan to take. Let's build a whole fleet of steadfast ships together. Thank you so much for joining me.